Chairman Lee, I appreciate your inviting me to come here today to speak on behalf of 4 very distinguished Ohioans. Earlier today it was said that they've been rushed through the process. I don't think they feel that way. It's been a long time, and we're very happy to have our Ohio Day here finally. To the families who are here, thank you for your patience. It's been weeks, in many cases months, frankly, we on the district courts have openings that have been open for way too long. So I know that's the case with many district courts around the country, and we appreciate the fact that you're holding the hearing. You want to move these nominees forward as quickly as possible. I appreciate their willingness to step up, and each of them, as you'll see, have a very distinguished public service career already, so it's not getting into public service for the first time, but it's taking this additional step and putting themselves through this process. They have dedicated much of their lives to public service. I'll start with our 2 Sixth Circuit nominees who were just talked about. Eric Murphy has been nominated to fill the vacancy created when Judge Alice Batchelder took senior status. Again, it's been a while. Eric grew up all over the country while his dad served in the Marine Corps, but he graduated from high school in my hometown of Cincinnati, so we consider him one of Ohio's own. He graduated summa cum laude from Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, earned his JD with high honors from the University of Chicago Law School, and there he was inducted into the Order of the Coif and was a member of the University of Chicago Law Review. After law school, Eric clerked for Judge J. Harvey Wilkinson on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 4th Circuit, and then for Justice Anthony Kennedy on the United States Supreme Court. For 6 years, Eric practiced in the Columbus office of Jones Day. In 2013, he became Solicitor General of our state. And as Solicitor General of the state of Ohio, serving his client, he argued appeals on behalf of the state before the U.S. Supreme Court, the 6th Circuit, and the Ohio Supreme Court. Next nominee is Chad Riedler, been nominated to fill the vacancy created when Judge Deborah Cook took senior status. Chad currently serves as the Principal Deputy Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Division at the U.S. Department of Justice. Until just recently, he was actually the acting Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Division. In these 2 roles, Chad represents the administration in all the civil lawsuits brought by and against the United States and oversees DOJ's entire civil division. That's his job, to represent his client. Before serving in the administration, Chad was a partner with Jones Day in Columbus, where in addition to his paid work, he took on numerous pro bono cases, in particular representing clients in capital cases before the United States Supreme Court and other appellate courts. Chad also clerked on the 6th Circuit. He clerked for Judge Alan Norris. He attended University of Michigan for both college and law school, where he earned his JD with honors. Today, as was noted, we also have 2 district court nominees before the committee. Pamela Barker has been nominated to sit on the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Ohio to fill the vacancy created when Judge Donald Nugent took senior status. Since 2011, Judge Barker has served on the Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas. She previously served as the Claims Litigation Manager at Farmers Insurance Exchange, as sub-counsel at the Davis & Young Law Firm, and as in-house counsel at Progressive Insurance Group, and as an associate attorney at Berkman, Gordon, Murray, and Palda. Judge Barker graduated magna cum laude from Kenyon College in Ohio and earned her law degree from Ohio State University's College of Law. And last but certainly not least, Sarah Morrison is with us today. She's been nominated to sit on the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Ohio to fill a vacancy created when Judge Gregory Frost retired. Sarah Morrison currently serves as the Administrator and CEO of Ohio's Bureau of Workers' Compensation. Previously, she was a partner, and before that, an associate with Taft, Stettinius, and Hollister. She served as a law clerk for the Federal District Court Judge John Holsoff in Ohio's Southern District. She graduated from Ohio State University with a bachelor's in political science, and she graduated magna cum laude from Capital University Law School in Columbus. As was noted, these 2 district court nominees before us were recommended through a bipartisan judicial commission. I was pleased to work with Senator Brown and members of our bipartisan commission to recommend these distinguished nominees to the President, and I'm glad they have Senator Brown's support. Federal district court nominees do not go through the Ohio Commission process, as you all know, because the Circuit Court hear cases from across several states, not just Ohio. And of course, traditionally, the White House, of whichever party, is given considerable leeway on these circuit court judges. I return Mr. Murphy and Mr. Riedler's blue slips to this committee because these two nominees have the right experience and credentials, as we've talked about today, and are undoubtedly qualified to serve on the Sixth Circuit. Mr. Murphy and Mr. Riedler are both well qualified. They've both argued and won cases before the U.S. Supreme Court and numerous lower courts. They both clerked for circuit court judges, which gives them unique insights into the roles they'd be asked to take on should they be confirmed. Mr. Murphy, of course, also clerked for Justice Kennedy on the Supreme Court. A substantial majority of the American Bar Association Standing Committee ranked both of them well qualified to sit on the bench. That's their highest rating. And they each come with the highest references regarding their character and their abilities. All four of these nominees, Mr. Chairman, are exceptional lawyers and people. If confirmed, I believe they will serve Ohio on the federal bench with honor. And I'm proud to support their nominations before this committee. I urge all of you to do the same. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.